Hey everyone, welcome to the Productive Dev. My name is Alyssa, and in today's video, I just want to talk about AI and my feelings around it. It's obviously a big thing that's going on in our industry and in other industries, and I've just been in my feelings a lot, and I figure I'll just create a video on it. I don't really have an agenda for this video, so I have some like main points I kind of want to touch on, but otherwise, it's going to be a stream of consciousness. I'll try to keep it on track. Um, but let's see. I want to kind of go back to when I first heard about AI, or I think ChatGPT came out around November of 2022. I think, and I remember when I first saw it, I was petrified. Um, I'd seen GitHub Copilot and those kind of things do some cool auto completions and suggestions, but when I saw that you could have this conversation with AI, I was like, whoa, that's kind of scary. And what does that mean for me as a developer? And I got all down, and then I was like, you know what? Let me take the bull by the horns and try and learn what this thing is capable of. And I was actually able to use AI to help me out with a data visualization task, something that would have taken me a lot longer to do had I just had to Google. So that feeling of being scared, that's one that I go in and out of, if I'm being honest. I initially felt very scared, but then when I learned to use ChatGPT for the first time, I learned its limits, how a little bit more about prompting, kind of like how we'll tell you with blatant confidence that it is 100% accurate about something when it's not. And so at that moment, I realized, okay, this is going to be a tool in my tool belt as a developer. And, I should try to embrace it instead of fight against it. So I was scared at first. And then I went to like, I'm excited, because I'm like, okay, well, like for example, with that task, it allowed me to complete it quicker. You can kind of ask AI about a file that you're looking at, and it can give you an overview of what it is, especially if it's in the part of a code base where you're not well versed in. Like it just allows you to get familiar in places like a lot quicker than before. I use it a lot for ideating, brainstorming ideas. Like I always have these far fetched pipe dream ideas I want to do. And it just helps me kind of come up with different venues or avenues to look at it from and all these kind of things. So I'm excited that we can kind of have this you can chat with AI and do these things and kind of help you come up with different ideas that maybe you wouldn't have come up with otherwise. But then I'm also feeling like nostalgic because I don't know, maybe I'm stuck in my ways. I don't know. But like I hope it never becomes a thing where the old and antiquated way of doing things to actually like use your brain and like write the code yourself. Like I don't know about you, but I know I got into programming because I like solving problems. I like taking this task, sometimes a nebulous task, and then breaking it down into these bite-sized chunks and then slowly tackling it and then, you know, submitting that PR and then getting it merged into production and seeing the fruits of your labor out there in the world. And there's just, I've seen different videos and stuff and just, when you're using AI, sometimes that can get taken away from you. And I just wonder, like, are we going to become these managers of AI agents where we feed them the task and we just kind of, give the thumbs up or thumbs down. Like, I don't know. I've talked to a colleague the other day who like, his company was pushing them to like use Devin and like give these agents like these smaller tasks in Jira. And so it's just an interesting world. So I don't know. I just lately I've been feeling more on this scared side. Maybe anxious is more of the word than scared. Like I'm not trying to like tell you yes AI is going to take our jobs or not. I'm more in the camp that I don't think it is. I think it's going to augment the way we work. I mean, it already has, right? So, and I think AI is going to be a tool in our tool belt to allow us to move quicker theoretically, and more efficiently and stuff. So, but I've just been feeling like I don't know, like I yeah, I don't know. I just been feeling like it's haven't had as much joy and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out why. Like there's this pressure of like I'm a very slow and methodical developer. I'm not the fastest. My book count's low though, so I'm gonna give myself credit there. But I'm not the fastest dev, and I've always been a little worried that like okay maybe I can move a little quicker. But now that we have these tools at our disposal, like our employer is going to expect me to be even faster, and I wasn't fast before. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to like copy everyone's workflow, and it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the different tools coming out every week, literally. But it's like you feel like you have to be afloat on this because you don't want to fall behind as a developer, right? And you already feel like that, especially, just some background on me. I have been a developer for the past 11 years. Focus primarily on the front end. I have a lot of passion around component libraries and accessibility. And so, the kind of the running joke is that there's always a new front end framework, right? And so it's easy to feel behind on the front end, especially. But now you feel like not only are you behind sometimes in just tech and stuff, it's just now it's like, okay, well, how do I need to use these AI tools that are out there? So I don't know. One thing that maybe this is a hot take, maybe not, but I just feel like it's going to be more important than ever to really know your fundamentals and to know what you're doing, because if we are going to have to manage, I feel like everyone's going to be using AI at some point. You need to know how to discern what is good versus the good code versus bad code, or maybe like the right way to do things. Obviously, code is nuanced; you can do things a lot of different ways, but AI will kind of take you down rabbit holes, and you need to know how to steer it back on the right path. And so, I think it's going to be more important than ever to know your fundamentals, know what you're doing, so that you can uh, efficiently guide AI to the right path. Um, and so I don't know. I just personally think it's going to be I just love learning in general. That's why I write my blog posts. Why I do all these things to solidify my knowledge. So I just think that's something, even in the era of AI, where AI can theoretically write a lot of code for you, it's still important to know your fundamentals. Um, One thing I also wanted to say, kind of a tangent, is that I worry a little bit about like the junior developers coming up, like those just graduating with their CS degree or coming out of boot camps or whatever. Like, are we still going to be hiring junior engineers? Like, I know when I got hired back in 2014, I was so green. I didn't know what I didn't know, but I had people mentor me and bring me up, and that's why I'm at the point I am today. And I just wonder, like, are those people earlier on in their career going to get the same opportunity that I did? Like, I don't know. It seems like I don't see as many entry level job postings anymore. I've been trying to help a colleague of mine who's trying to break into the industry, and it's been really hard, and I feel for them, because I know I was able to get my start, and that's all you really need is your start. And I don't know, I'm just very passionate about helping others come up in the industry as well. I like I said, I've been a developer for 11 years, and I feel uneasy about things. So how do people earlier on feel? I talked to a colleague of mine who's been in the game like 20 years, and he feels uneasy about it, like. So I just think, I don't know. Sorry, this video is all over the place. Bear with me, but I just wanted to say that, like, it's okay to not feel okay and to feel uneasy. Like, this is me. I'm 10 years in, 10 plus years in. I've talked to somebody way double my time, and they feel uneasy. And I just want that to be a reassurance to people, like, hey, it's okay. We don't have to act like we have it all together. Like, it's a very weird time right now. We're all trying to adjust to incorporate AI in our workflow in the best way. But as human beings, we still want to have that fulfillment of doing our tasks, right? Feeling like we accomplished something. We don't want to like offload all of that to the AI. So I don't know. I just want to say, like, I just want this video to be encouraging. Like, I'm intentionally telling you my insecurities about stuff, because I just think I see a lot of like, oh, well, you can do this with AIs and take your job and blah blah. And I just want to come from this from like a, hey, I just feel sometimes like uneasy about this, and it's okay. And like maybe we can rally together and make each other feel better by just sharing our feelings. So I would love it if in the comments, if you agree with me, don't agree with me, if how are you feeling? I just want to make sure everyone is okay, and that, like, it's a weird time, but we're all navigating this together. And I just want to encourage you, and let you know that, like I said, feel free to leave a comment, and let's just, we'll see where these tools take us. It's a interesting time. And yeah, let's just continue to lift each other up and build cool things. Anyway, I know this is kind of a rambly video. Thanks for sticking to the end if you did. Like I said, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like. I don't really know what this channel is going to be. I'm just kind of shaping it as we go. But thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and I hope you're well.